Hello. It's currently July 22nd. There's a few updates I want to give. First off, I got a haircut. One of my good friends, whom I met in college, going back to school, um, found out that he can cut hair. And so I asked him if he can cut my hair, and he was gracious enough to offer to do it for free. He gave me a really, really great um, buzz cut, and he was very attentive. The process took 45 minutes to an hour, and he was meticulous, and he made sure that I was comfortable, and he made sure to sweep all of the hair debris off of me so that I didn't get pricked by my own hair. And he said that he was gonna do it for free. What a friend, huh? But I felt the need to just give him something back for the time he spent and his attention and his generosity. I believe that good friends are worth their weight in gold. And when you have a good friend, it is so important to be generous with them because you want to keep them for as long as possible. And there's no guarantee that they'll be around forever. I mean, nothing lasts forever, but also I could move from the city 2 years from now. He could move from the city 2 years from now, something like that. So, in this time that we are still relatively in each other's social circle, I do want to be as generous as I can. So, I gave him $20 and a couple of beer because we have been doing this little boys hangout thing where we drink and we just talk and socialize. Having a friend to just hang out with and talk about anything in particular is a is such a, I would say, an underrated privilege, especially in the modern era where social media is so pervasive and people are always on their phone, and especially for guys my age and older or even younger, who feel that they are so alone. It's just important to have even one or two good people to just hang out with and talk and get things off your chest. So I hung out with Eric, and it's been a blast. Something else I want to talk about is um, about responsibility and being a dog owner. So my dog Daisy right now, um, adorable. I think she's adorable. I love her to death. But sometimes she will do things that just make me question why I got a dog in the first place. For example, 2 days ago, I came home after a long day of classes, um, just shopping, grocery. Was tired. Got home around 7:30. I had made sure to take her out and give her food and make sure she was okay before I left. So when I got home, she shat the carpet. And I was really upset because not only did it stink, but now I had to clean everything up and made sure it's sanitized. And that takes a long time if you know what shit on carpet is like you have to deep clean. So I deep cleaned for an hour and a half or so. Um, I really had to control my anger and not take it out on Daisy. Um, I was stern with her. I did yell at her, and she gave me that really, really guilty look. But I was angry, and yeah, I just was so upset, especially because she's not exactly a young dog. She's 2 years old, and I know I've taught her better. But after the emotions kind of passed, I did some thinking, and gotta say, um, it's my fault because the day prior, I had fed her French fries. Now, she was practically begging me, giving me that dog look, resting her head on my lap while I'm eating. I gave her some French fries, and she gobbled it down, and I thought nothing of it. But apparently, it's a bad decision. So she couldn't control herself, and that's why she diarrheaed. And had I got home earlier, she would have told me that she needed to use the bathroom, and she would have diarrheaed outside. So that's that. But just something about owning a dog. It really tests your patience and tests your ability to be responsible to the utmost because you can't leave them alone for too long. They are a responsibility. And I love Daisy so much, but it's just after a long day, the last thing I want to deal with is diarrhea on the carpet. Um, but those were the things I signed up for, and I had to remind myself that those choices that I made, they directly impact how I should respond. And if I were to make decisions haphazardly, then it won't go well if I don't consider the amount of commitment I have to um, that I have to uphold upon making those decisions. So some forethought, but also a lot of commitment. Definitely not for the faint of heart. Dog owners out there know what I'm going, know what I'm talking about. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is that, um, as usual, I go through ups and downs. In a day, there are cycles. In a week, there are multiple cycles. In a month, multiple cycles, much more. And I think it's like it it comes in circles. There's good times, there's bad times, as King Solomon the Wise says, "This too shall pass." So, with that being said, I do try to plan about what I want to do, and there are usually good, beneficial things that would move me toward my goals. But now, even upon planning, sometimes when it comes to the moment of having to do something, the drive sometimes just isn't there. Um, could be because of some hormonal imbalance, some long internalized kind of dysthymia, perhaps. But plans don't always go according to plan. What a sentence. And I've been learning over the years to be patient with myself and to accept not doing everything I set out to do, but to also, on the flip side, push myself to complete the high priority task. An example would be my college tuitions are coming up soon, and in it, there are certain fees that are just exorbitant. So the health insurance is 1.2 thousand. That's the price that the school offers. Premium health insurance, like if I get a paper cut, they're gonna medevac me to the hospital, something like that. Now I can find health insurance for $400 for a year, whereas this 1.2K would only cover me for 6 months at most. So things like that, where it's important, I have to do it before the school year starts in mid-August. And the more it stays in the background in my mind, the more it stresses me out. And so I know that it's a high priority task. But now there are other tasks that I set out to do, such as go to the gym, cook a healthy meal, do laundry. Um, Not to say, of course, unexpected tasks like cleaning diarrhea up. But now, when there are important tasks, despite not being able to um, do the laundry, if I can handle, which I did handle the insurance, the whole insurance thingy, it takes a considerable stressor off of my mind. And it's definitely a step in the right direction. So I've come to peace with not fulfilling all of the tasks on my list, but also gotten better at prioritizing the important tasks that will no doubt bite me in the ass if I hold off on it for too long. And I believe that, well, depending on your priorities, a life with less stress is one where you can prioritize what's most meaningful to you, to your goals. And there's a crucial difference between not knowing how to do something and not willing to do it. Because not knowing to do something is uncomfortable. I don't know how to ride a bicycle, for example. I do know how to ride a bicycle. Okay, let's say is this. This is the fact is I don't know how to swim perfectly or float. But I can put myself in that uncomfortable position of being in the pool and um, swimming for 5, 10 seconds, whatever I can manage, and eventually learn how to swim. It was the same process with processing the health insurance for school, as well as any homework assignment, new theory I have to learn and apply. Not knowing how is uncomfortable. For many people, depending on the subject, there are consequences. But in almost all cases, not knowing how to do something is uncomfortable, but not willing to do something, even though you don't know how to do it, is a lot worse because it keeps one ignorant and it prevents one from unlocking their full potential. It's not as simple as that, but for the sake of brevity and wanting to wrap this video up because it is going on 16 minutes at this point. It's okay to not know how to do something, but we must have faith that with effort and a lot of effort, more effort, and faith that you'll learn along the way. It's important to tackle the unknown, and that goes for anything in life. And not willing to do something because of fear of failure is failing. And I know that I have to overcome that inertia every single new task that makes me uncomfortable. And I think people can apply that with a broad brushstroke and it'll be apt for anything. So yeah, this is again August 22nd and just updating about what's going on. Take care.